Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Ma'at hotep. Looks like I'm getting a little feedback here. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women. And I know my brothers in the digital building too. Just like you, welcome, welcome, welcome to the podcast. We're so pleased that you are with us today. You are tuned in to the Vicki Show at a very special time today. Of course, normally I'm here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Today we're a little early, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much for joining us. I've got some, as you can, usually when I'm mixing up stuff or switching up stuff, it's because of medical reasons. So I've got some medical stuff I've got to take care of. So I'm going to do a brief broadcast with you today. As you come in, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Can you do that for us? Big shout out to my Instagram family. That's why I'm holding my hand like that. Shout out to you, Instagram family. Instagram, get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com because I'm going to need to use this device momentarily. So Instagram, please get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Thank you so very much. Black family, we've got some stuff to talk about. We've got some stuff to talk about. How many of you all know what I'm referring to? We've got some things that we need to get straight. And it's so very important that we do it. Just before I get into it, the reason that we ask that you come giving us the thumbs up, like it, and share it, it helps to draw other people into the broadcast. Shout out to my dear sister, Teslin. Shout out, y'all say shout out to our sister, Teslin. She is our representation on Fox News. She is a divine queen, and she's always giving us the business. I love my dear sister, Teslin. Shout out to her that's in the digital building. Jade, one of the Fly Nubian queens, and others. Of course, you all, thank you so much that you're here today, Black family. Family, also, don't forget to text the word Queens to 31996. Be sure to text the word Queens. Text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. By the way, family, you just heard me mention that I got my Instagram family getting ready to come on over. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard, okay? Thank you so very much. Now, family, you all know that the new Black media, for some time now, have been making it very clear to the Republican Party, to the Democratic Party, to the American government, cut the check. I don't need to wax poetic right now. Let's just keep it simple. Somebody put hashtag cut the check. Somebody put in their reparations. Somebody put in their Black economic policy. Not for colored people, not for minorities, not for this one and that one. No, we said for Black folk in America, foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American slaves. The multi-trillion-dollar package that some of you guys are calling a stimulus package, but this is relief emergency bill, trillions of dollars. In a matter of a few weeks, America managed to set the stipulations without an investigation, without a study, because you all know that's what they say that they need to do with reparations. For those that's even playing like they're for reparations, they tell us that they need to do a study. So in a matter of a few weeks, America has already divvied out trillions of dollars to hundreds of millions of Americans. Watch this. and also non-Americans. I need somebody black to talk black to me. Instagram, get ready to come on over to flynubianqueentv.com because I need to use this device. Persons who are not American citizens, who broke federal law to come to this country, they're getting money too. After experiencing the worst treatment of any people on the planet, watch this, for longer than any people on the planet. Somebody please put in the chat hashtag 465. Somebody please put in the chat hashtag 465. That's 465 years where we have been experiencing some form of oppression, whether it's chattel slavery, whether it's convict leasing, whether it was sharecropping, whether it was the Jim Crow, whether it's new Jim Crow, the prison industrial complex and beyond. Whether it's your redlining, your gerrymandering, you're poisoning our waters, Flint. You stealing our vote and disenfranchising us. Shout out to you, Reggie, for your gift. For 465 years, we've endured this madness. We built the country. We've sustained the country. So much so that the whole wide world sees America as some beacon of light to come here to experience what they call the American dream, based on our American nightmare, based on the blood that we've shed. And you refuse to even pay us 1 red cent. You better go sit your funny looking self down somewhere. And so you chit chat about these trillions of dollars that you're cutting the check with the credibly alleged rapist and racist in chief, whose name is in the memo section, representing this country. That's our money that you're divvying up. Every time Congress talks about their purse strings, every time Congress talks about the stuff that they're going to fund, every time Trump is talking about the economy and the goings on and all of this, all of that is our money that you guys are chit-chatting about. Somebody black talk black to me. And you want to act like you considering giving us what you owe is philanthropic? You're acting like this is some kind of charity? Baby, it's a justice claim. It's what you owe us, fool. I always got to set this thing up right. The new black media, not the old dead black media, the old dead black media, those that were your favorite disc jockeys, those that were excited to make appearances on CNN and MSNBC and all of that kind of stuff, they weren't the ones talking about no reparations. That's my Mississippi. They weren't the ones that were talking about let's make right our wrongs. They didn't even mention it, Jim Clyburn. Jim Clyburn, who endorsed Joe Biden, helped to reignite his campaign, used his influence all throughout the South and beyond to help Joe Biden win. That Jim Clyburn told us about a year or so ago that it would be impossible, that's his word. He used the word impossible to practically give us reparations. Barack Hussein Obama went on the record and remains hostile to giving those of us who built this country reparations. They were against it. They rejected it. They didn't bring that kind of stuff up in the back rooms where they smoke the cigars and where they make the deals in Congress. From the black grassroots up, we've been making the sound that you gonna pay us or else. We've made so much noise, not two people that hijacked a hashtag reparations organization, but the black collective who helped to broadcast it. Lord have mercy. We began to control the narrative so much so that presidential candidates began to talk about reparations from the greatest platform that exists right now, and that's the presidential candidates whose voices are heard around the world. They're listening to us. Watch this. New black media, those that some of you consider to be nobodies, who are broadcasting from their laptops and cell phones because they were shut out of white, racist, mainstream platforms. So we used what we had in our hands to begin to reach our people and to create a counter narrative to the propaganda. To mainstream white media, who typically don't listen to us, who don't really tell our stories. And when they do tell our stories, they tell it in such an affected way that they should have said nothing at all. Now that we're starting to gain traction because of our collective voice, using alternative means, you got some folk that some of you believe are trying to hijack our talking points. Well, let me say something to you, what I said yesterday. I'm glad that P. Diddy is listening to the new black media. I'm glad that he and his people are watching the Vicky Show on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Wink, wink. I'm glad others who are influencers, who shall remain unnamed at this time, are tuning in. They should. And it is my goal to influence and to impact others so that we can elevate our message. Do you understand? At the same time, we are aware that there are some that are being opportunistic, who mean us no good and who try to hijack the narrative so that they can misdirect. We're watching you too, if you would dare do something so foolish. But as I said at the end of my show yesterday, don't worry, black family. There is a parable of the wheat and the tares. I'm getting ready to get into Jamie Foxx here in just a minute. I'm gonna deal with him in no limit of time. I want to do this quick, fast, and in a hurry. Thumbs up, family. As you come in, please come in giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Again, my name is Vicky Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I know I'm here at an unusual time because I've got some medical stuff to do later, but I wanted to talk to my people today before I do that. Make sure that you text the word Queens to 31996. Be sure to like and share. Listen, there is a parable about the wheat and the tares. And in this parable about the wheat and the tares, those that were farmers, those that were agrarians, they came to tell the owner and the master of that particular land that they noticed some types of, let's just call them weeds growing up. The tares. The tares look just like wheat. And one of the first things that the owner said is that an enemy has done this. An enemy has sown seeds of tares in our wheat. But the owner said, let the wheat and the tares grow up together, because we don't want to mess with We don't want to mess with the wheat growing, right? So let them grow together. And when it's harvest time, the wind is going to basically remove the fake. So Black family, let's just take a seat back and let's just see what it's going to be. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. We just know that we're having an impact. We do know that. Those who consider us to be nobodies. Diddy, who, yes, once said, vote or die. You all know I talked about that some weeks back. He came out recently and said that he was going to hold basically hostage the Black vote. He started to talk about the fact that we needed to get something for our vote this time. And so because Diddy is heard by millions around the world, it started to shake certain people. Shout out to you, SA, for your gift. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Thank you for supporting Black media. Listen. So other folk are starting to catch on, and they are beginning to elevate our talking points. And so you all know that I have been fighting funny looking bootlicks. Other members of the Black media, new Black media, have been fighting resistant Black folk who want us to shut up about cut the check. They want us to shut up about a specific Black economic agenda for a presidential candidate, or they're not going to get our vote at all. We're not talking about some of us. We're not talking about voting for whoever the Democratic nominee is. No, we're saying that we're voting for nobody at all if you don't have a specific Black economic agenda. So now everybody and their mama, they're pulling out their fire extinguishers trying to put out the fire. Somebody said they're trying to put out the fire. Instagram, FlyNewBeanQueenTV.com. Instagram, FlyNewBeanQueenTV.com. Thank you so much, beloved. Again, family, follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. Watch this. Oh, it was quite a few people joining me over there too. Watch this. So people scared to death right now. Because they've been, you got your Black bootlicks, your butter biscuits. Somebody put hashtag bones and biscuits. You all know how I feel about the biscuits and the bones and stuff. We use the bone because when you're training a dog to sit, Lord have mercy, when you are trying to reinforce a certain type of behavior in a dog, in an animal, you give the dog a bone. Somebody say, give a dog a bone. Somebody say, give a dog a bone. Are y'all hearing me today? But you don't just give them any kind of bone. You don't give the dog just any kind of bone. This bone right here ain't no any kind of bone. This is what? Can y'all see that? That's all natural dog bone. Y'all see that? It's an all natural dog bone. This ain't just no any kind of bone. So, when the powers that shouldn't be wants to try to control us and get us to sit, they pay off your Black bootlicks who are susceptible to such white flattery. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. They promise them that they're going to make them their next press secretary if they win the nomination. They tell them that you get to be my water boy if I become president of the United States. You get to be a little aide. I'll give you a little title, a little position and stuff. And, we'll show pictures of you going in and out the White House to make you look like something. And you will literally buck dance. Listen. So that you can ensure your nearness to whiteness and get an addy boy. Lord have mercy. Shout out to you, Higher X, for your gift. We bless your gift 1,000-fold. Watch this. So to you, we say congratulations. Congratulations is in order for you, bones and biscuits. Can you read that? Watch this. Give a dog a bone. That's an excellent analogy for you to see yourself for real. It's unfortunate that we have to juxtapose. It's unfortunate that we have to rather liken you. We have to liken you to a dog because you have lowered yourself and your people full of trinkets from your 465-year-old open enemy. And the greatest way you've lowered yourself, watch this, is your resistance to demanding what belongs to us. Your silence on the greatest heist that ever took place on the globe. This isn't just about whether or not you can get by without getting a reparations check. This ain't even about you. There's a such thing as a third-party check. If you don't want your check, you can sign it over to Vicky Dillon. All you need to do, bootlick, is just keep your mouth shut. Just stand down. All you got to do with your scared to death self is stay in the back of the bus and hush. Are there any bus emojis? All you need to do is just stay in the back of the bus and hush. Keep gnawing on your bone back there in the back. We got this. You don't even have to join us. All you got to do is just stand down and hush. Black unity, black family, is not about having everybody that's black skin that has a greater melanin in their skin. You've got to have the right people if you want to go to the promised land. Some of you that are talking about, there you go again, we're supposed to be about black unity. No, black unity with the right people. You don't have to have a lot of people. You just need to have the right people, and they need to be effective. You're not greater than God, bootlick. Listen, God ain't even trying to get everybody to fight. Lord have mercy. Let me help you today. You ain't even got to be Christian. You don't have to be Messianic, Hebrew, or Jewish to understand some of the gems that are lodged within Holy Writ. Don't take your open enemy's interpretation of it. That's the difference. Watch this. But when the scripture talks about their deliverance from Egypt, which is a place of bondage, oh America, when the scripture talks about that people that have been in the type of bondage for over 400 years, and then God himself said that he's going to judge that nation that oppressed us, it's only one people that fits that description. That's us. The judgment, the fall of America that's most certainly imminent has to do with the mistreatment of us. Shout out to you, Tessin, for your gift. I bless it 1,000-fold. She said, I got 10 on your next prop purchase. LOL. She said, the props are killing me. Beloved, you know what? What your gift is blessing the whole network. Of course, the network is run by people that are higher than me. But thank you so much for that. The network is a blessing to me. But my next prop, beloved, my next prop tells me that I'm working on is a trophy for the buttery bussy bite. Somebody say buttery bussy bite. We're finna talk about the buttery bussy bite. Y'all gonna say, well, Vicky, what you mean we're gonna talk about the buttery bussy bite and Jamie Foxx? Watch this. It's gonna make sense in a minute. Me constantly railing about the attack on black masculinity is gonna make some sense in about 5 minutes. I wasn't finna go take these medical infusions before I came to talk to my black family. The buttery bussy bites is coming to a theater near you in just about 5 minutes. Just give me a minute. Wait till this pandemic. Y'all see that? We're going to be dealing with the buttery bussy bites in about 5 minutes. We're getting ready to get that award, Queen. We sure are. Y'all, some of you all sent me some ideas. Remember, I asked you all to send me some ideas on what I figured what the picture needs to be for the buttery bussy bites. Watch this, watch this. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Now, let me get on with the get on. Let me get on with the get up. So Diddy posted that we're making demands before we vote for Biden. And now other folks are trying to tamp that down some. All the bootlicks that's trying to get in the next administration, that's trying to make sure that their bones and that their biscuits are intact. They screaming and going crazy. See, they find it easy for them to try to extinguish Vicky's fire. They try to attack other Black media members who are making righteous and just demands. Let me just rewind a little bit. Remember a few minutes ago I made a statement? I said that the reparations ain't even about you. If you don't want your check, sign it over to one of us. But not only that, it's not about whether or not it's been so long ago. You saying something like that, you saying that we shouldn't get reparations, is blasphemous. It's a betrayal, and that's how we treat it. Why, Vicky? Put you out the way. The demand for reparations that we're making is because we still hear the screams of our mothers. Lord, have mercy. We can still pick up the sound of the whip. We still see flashes of the Black body that was ripped in two and tarred and feathered. We still see images of our fathers and nephews who were buck broken and who were sodomized. Our demand for reparations is for them. Now, with that being said, let me get on with the get on. Now, with that being said, after Diddy posted this, famous stars, you know, Diddy got millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of followers on social media, right? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes, I'm the lady with the curly braids. Yes, my braids go all over the place, and I'm sorry. I'm brushing my braids down. For those of you who think that I wear a wig, if I did wear one, so what? But these are braids. Curly braids. Don't get distracted. I'm about to stop. Thumbs up, like and share. Listen. Listen. So a lot of stars are scared right now because they are afraid that the message that we as the Black grassroots instigated, broadcast, is gaining traction now. And now everybody else is trying to put out the fire. Shout out to you, Dr. Quinn, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. One such person. How many of y'all know who Jamie Foxx is? How many of y'all know who Jamie Foxx is? This is an actual picture, recent picture of him on his Instagram page with his little cowboy hat on. Are y'all hearing me today? And of course, that picture that he had on was ironic because it reminded me of him as Django. Y'all see that? Now, I didn't see all of Django, but I remember certain scenes from the movie that stood out to me. I got to go watch all of it. But I saw a few scenes from the movie Django. In the movie Django, Jamie Foxx was a kind of a hero on some parts, wasn't he, family? Because his means to freedom wasn't about no legislation. Somebody black talk black to me. That's why I got a lot of respect for the Harriet Tubmans of the world and the Nat Turners of the world and the Vesey's of the world, Denmark Vesey's of the world. I have a lot of respect for them. You know why? Because we were born free because the Creator made us free. So what we look like, trying to officially get it back from our open enemy who stole it in the first place. I like how they went about getting freedom because it was never the enemies to take in the first place. They didn't wait for no Abraham Lincoln to be politically motivated to sign the Emancipation Proclamation so that he could keep the Union intact. Shout out to you, Real Number, for your gift. Thank you, beloved, for your kind words about my hair. Thank you so much. Listen, God gave us freedom. What we look like, waiting for the rapist and the murderer and the thief. Shout out to you, Rafa, for your gift. Nothing but love, sister. I love you all back. What we look like waiting for you to decide when you good and ready to do it, and you trying to officially do it through these kinds of men. What we look like waiting for that. Harriet took her freedom in her own hands. Nat Turner, who was a preacher, recognized that the scriptures that he was preaching about, when he was preaching about David killing the Goliath, he wasn't reading about David, he was reading about himself. And the Goliath was his master. When Nat Turner was preaching about the Sadducees and the Sadducees and the enemies of God's people, he understood that he wasn't reading about the Sadducees and Sadducees. Of course, those were enemies in the New Testament, those that were a part of the Sanhedrin during Paul's day and the disciples' day. He knew he wasn't reading about them. He knew that he was reading about himself. And when he got that revelation, he acted on that scripture that says that the kingdom of God suffers violence, but the violent take it by force. Watch this. But I digress. Django in the movie reminded me of that. Well, Vicky, what does Django and Jamie Foxx got to do with all this? Well, I got to tell you this, what he just said. So Jamie Foxx, after seeing the post from Diddy out how black folks are not, we're going to make some demands before we vote for Joe Biden. We're not just going to vote. We're not just going to give up our vote without getting something in return for it. Jamie Foxx got scared. Somebody say buttery bussy bites. Somebody say buttery bussy bites. Somebody say buttery bussy bites. Jamie Foxx took to Instagram, bless his heart. And I don't have, I love our people. Anything and everything that I do is not about beating up on anybody. It's about bringing about correction in love. 1,000 of you in the chat, thank you so much for tuning into an early special of the Vicky Show. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. This is his Instagram. Comment. Y'all see that? So you know I'm not making that up. Y'all see Jamie Foxx? You see the blue check? So you know that's from him. You know that Vicky is not misquoting nobody. This is his words. Are y'all ready for what Jamie Foxx said? Jamie Foxx said in response to us making demands from the Democratic Party, to us telling Joe Biden that you're not just going to get our vote without giving us some tangibles. Somebody put in the chat, tangibles 2020. This is what Jamie Foxx said. Vote Democrat. The amount of pressure that we put on our candidates are too much. Look. Did y'all hear that? I ain't even finished reading it yet, but just did you hear that part? Shout out to you, Janine, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thanks. So many of you are giving today. Thank you so much. Just know that all of you that are giving, all of the monies that's received by the network, by Fly Nubian Queen, they turn right back around and reinvest it to Black media. Back to Jamie Foxx. He said, vote Democrat. The amount of pressure that we put on our candidates are too much. There is no way that anyone can live up to what we think should be a candidate because we want perfection. What? Coon? What, you froze and little deep freezer biscuit. What I suggest is if we really want to change course, it's about getting behind the values, not the person. The other side won because they wanted legislation, Supreme Court justices, etc. Look at the criteria the other candidate had that was Republican. The guy said, grab them by the you know what, and got 97% of the evangelical vote. That means, coon, because I ain't talking to no Django. I need Django in the building. Where's Django? Not Django. The D is silent. Where's Django? Where's Django at? I need Django. Jamie Foxx. Instead of you giving us Django right now, who was a freedom fighter in the movie that you played in, you giving us Wanda. All I'm getting is condensation and dew and snow and moisture and stuff. I need Django. Where's Django? That's the problem with you and Whoopi Goldberg and stuff. Shout out to you, Ruby, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. That's the problem with some of you guys who are actors. Jamie, you thrive when you have a script in your hand. A script is the script is what tells you what to think and what to say. Shout out to you, Silent D Production. You right about that, Silent. Soggy butter bites. Listen, bussy bites. Listen. The problem with you actors who are not properly plugged in to the for real goings on is the moment you don't have a script. When you left to thinking for yourself, you dangerous, Lord have mercy. When you got to rely on your own thinking, everybody's in danger. You need a script to keep you on course. You thrive when you got a script in your hand. We want to encourage you to maybe stay over there because right now you messing up stuff. Watch this. Watch this. Last part of what he said. Last part of what he said. Let me get back to it. While I'm doing that, family, continue to make sure you go to the bottom of your screen, family, and hit that share button, copy the link, and then share it out on all of your social media platforms, family, to let folks know that the Vicky's show is on early today. 1,100 plus of you in the chat. We're so pleased that you joined us today at an earlier time. Again, normally I'm here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. Also, family, make sure you're subscribed. I am not the only queen here. We love to elevate the voices of a number of Black women. And so when you are subscribed, make sure you're subscribed because sometimes they unsubscribe you. And make sure that you hit to receive all notifications because that way when other queens' content's going up, you will be notified. Watch this. Let's go through what this biscuit, this bussy bite, this buttery bussy bite just said. Again, this is from Jamie Foxx. This is him. That's his comment. You see the blue check mark. This ain't personal. This is business. See, again, the resistance. He's not the only one. A lot of other Black, so-called Black publications, other Black folk who are celebrities and influencers, they've been pushing back. Again, that's them getting their fire extinguishers out. They're trying to put out our fire because, you know, we're flammable. Shout out to you, Trevor, for your gift. Says, preach, sister. Thank you, beloved. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. How many of you all know what it means to be flammable? Somebody say flammable. How many of you all know that we're flammable? Get your Fly Nubian Queen mug at shopfnq.com. Shopfnq.com. They got book bags, beautiful tops, all kinds of things there. A shirt that you can get that says Talk Black to Me, and so much more. That's shopfnq.com. The link is in the chat. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Somebody say, go slow. Baby. Vicky, I got to get in and out. Somebody said, I just love your wisdom and your fight. Thank you so much, beloved. Watch this. How many of you all know what flammable means? When you are flammable, you're able to catch on fire quickly. Is that right, family? Najdaka, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you for your gift. We bless your gift 1,000-fold. 1,200 plus of you in the chat. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Please like and share. We're flammable. We're influential. This thing is catching on fire. And your butter biscuits are scared to death and they're trying to put out our fire, but that's just too bad, baby. There is nothing that you can do about it. We ain't gonna stop. Watch this. Let's go back through what his scared to death self said. Let me tell you what this is all about at the end of the day. The Jamie Foxx situation and those like him that's pushing back, they're the scared to death Negroes. They're the ones that were supposed to enter the promised land, but they were so scared that they wanted to go back to bondage. They want everybody else to be all right with what we have now, talking about just deal with the lesser of two evils. They want us to be at ease with our oppression. Watch this. Jamie, Black masculinity. The reason why, family, I go so hard about brothers, watch this, and exposing the agenda and trying to persuade you brothers to avoid stuff like this. I'm convinced that when you lower yourself and you submit to the attacks on your Black masculinity, some kind of way there's some spillover that just goes over in your brain to where you start punking out in your thought processes and in your words. See, the language that Jamie Foxx just used there, that's all kind of moisture. Ain't nothing about that statement got anything to do with masculinity and courage. Warrior and Django is nowhere in the building on that statement. Shout out to you, social butterfly. Bless your gift 1,000-fold. Let's go back through his statement real quick, and let's do it in no limit of time. Watch this. Brother Jamie, it's not personal. It's not personal. But baby, we're not listening to you like that. I know you scared. Watch this. Jamie Foxx said, vote Democrat. The amount of pressure we put on our candidates are too much. That first sentence alone, family, proves that too many of our people are possessed by a demon. I told you, Vicky's doing the Lord's work up in this month. The Vicky show is about doing the Lord's work. My goal is to cast out that demon of that inner slave in you that's talking. Everything that Jamie Foxx said there is slave talk. Vote Democrat. The amount of pressure that we put on our candidates are too much. Too much. No, baby, what was too much was those chains. What was too much is being snatched and stolen and kidnapped from our land. What was too much? What's too much, Janie? Is some of our people, rather than being in bondage, threw themselves over in the water. What's too much is that some of the slave masters that ended up murdering some of our people, or because some of our people were so affected by disease, they threw them overboard. That's too much. What's too much was our mothers and fathers that were raped, sexually assaulted in the holes in the belly of those ships. What's too much is when the woman was on her cycle. She had to bleed her fluids in chains on whoever was nearest to her. Was too much. Was the urine and the feces that all of them had to release on each other while they were in the holds of the ship. What's too much is when their families were torn apart and they were forced, baby, to work from early morning to late at night. What's too much was families being destroyed. What was too much was being denied your humanity. What's too much was having our intellectual property, our person, destroyed and pimped and used. What's too much is when we thought that we were free. Your open enemy, with their wickedly cunning self, put us in a new form of slavery. And they created crimes. I said they created crimes. I said it right. I said they created crimes to entrap us in order to drive us back on the plantation. Why did they create crimes? Because only by being considered a felon could they now legally keep you in slavery. The 13th Amendment proves to us till this day that slavery in America has never been officially abolished, because it's an exception in the 13th Amendment that say only if you are allegedly, duly convicted of a crime, you become a felon, can they put you back in slavery. So they made you not having a job illegal. They said loitering was illegal. They created crimes in order to drive you back on the plantation. No, baby. What's too much is when we got out from under you. We didn't get reparations. But because we were the ones that built your homes, that built this country, that built your new promised land, we knew that if we did it for you, we could do it for ourselves. So we set about building our own towns. Did you all know that we have millions and millions and millions of acres of land just a few years up from slavery? We built our own towns, our own businesses. Wasn't trying to integrate with your funny looking selves, was trying to get away from you. And we were thriving. And what did our open enemy do? You set it on fire and you released bombs and you destroyed us. That's what's too much, Jamie Foxx. Feel free to send him this link. We're pleased to school our dear brother in love. Shout out to you, Kimberly. But we're not going to allow you to say publicly what you said, Jamie Foxx. We're going to nip that in the bud. Thumbs up, family. Like and share. Listen. Watch this. Watch this. What's too much, Jamie, is when Joe Biden, the one you want us to just vote for, because remember in the next sentence, the first thing he said was vote Democrat. Then you went on, Jamie, to say there is no way that anyone can live up to what you think should be a candidate because we want perfection. What do you mean, slave? What do you mean, slave? You tell we who are the most oppressed that us desiring freedom and liberty to desire what belongs to us is too much. Slave! Your statements are most blasphemous, Jamie Foxx. That's sacrilegious chit-chat, bruh. Shout out to you, Darlene X. We bless your gift 1,000-fold. She says, give to the new black media. Oh, thank you, beloved. And thank you for encouraging others to do the same. 1,300 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicky Show. We know that we're here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com a little early. I've got some medical stuff I've got to do, but I wanted to tap into you today a little early. Normally, I'm here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Set your clocks. You all know that with my show, sometimes they shadow ban my show. Sometimes you guys keep sending me comments. You send me DMs saying that you can't even see my show when it's on. Some of you said that you don't get notifications, and those who are looking for the show, even when they don't get notifications because they know that we're on, you guys have sent me messages stating that you can't even see that I'm live, even when you don't get a notification when you're looking for me. Family, that's the reason why we tell you to subscribe to flynubianqueen.com. That's our website. And that's another reason why I always want you to connect with us by texting the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to be on our phone list as well. Watch this. When we believe that we acquired some level of freedom, America tried to overturn and undo everything she promised us she would do. We say that we want to vote. What did America do? She literally murdered us. When we said that we wanted to just educate our children, when we said that we just wanted to check into a hotel like anybody else would, America, you sent out your dogs. You unleashed your water hoses. You sent out your terrorist organizations. You set stuff on fire. You hung us high. And you crucified us. Shout out to you, Inspired One. You're absolutely right, beloved, about Django. Watch this. Jamie, your slave is showing, but Jamie is not the only one. Others think exactly like that. My sister Teslin the other day tweeted out, she said, she asked them, all these bootlicks out here, you know, everybody and their mama wants Joe Biden to pick a black woman as his running mate. Y'all know that, right? Everybody and their mama wants Joe Biden to pick a black woman, right? Well, what did Joe Biden come out and say? Joe Biden says, well, I'm committing to a woman. Joe Biden said he's not committing to having a woman of color. So some of you bootlicks look stupid. So Sister Teslin, she tweeted out, she says, what y'all gonna do if Joe Biden doesn't put a black woman, if Joe Biden doesn't make a black woman his VP? And you know what I told her? I said, they're going to vote. You know how we know you're going to vote? Because you guys are telling us to vote with no expectation. Your open enemy knows that you are a tangible less people. They know that all you need is some chicken and a fish fry. Shout out to you, Tracy, for your gift. I bless your gift, Tracy, 1,000-fold. Your open enemy knows that they've got your vote locked up. You know why they know it too? Not only because of your history, you've never demanded anything for your vote. Duh. They can look at your history to know that. But they also know that they got you because they see you fighting us. Ooh, that's good. Joe Biden knows that you guys can register your dissent and you can beg and plead for him to pick Stacey Abrams or Kamala Harris. Joe Biden knows that he can still go with Elizabeth Warren or Amy Klobuchar or some other unknown white woman. As Omarosa said to Bethany, some other mediocre white woman. And you're going to still vote. They know it based on your history, and they know it because they see you're fighting us. They are paying attention to the fact that our first line of opposition is our own people who are telling us to just shut up. Don't ask for nothing. Shout out to you, Seth, for your gift. Chicken and fish fry. That's right. They know. They've heard Roland repeatedly cuss us out and call us Simple Simon MFers. Roland actually said the word ML. They see you telling us Simone Sanders, who's right now one of Joe Biden's senior advisors, whatever that means. I don't know. They call her senior advisors, but she's just his, what did I call her? The girl, the tackle girl. What did I call it, family, when I did my show on Simone Sanders some weeks ago? When she tackled, what did I call it? What's that football term that I use? Y'all help me, black family. I know I'm talking to some intelligent black people. Linebacker. I don't see the word up there yet, but I know that's what it was. Simone Sanders put her life and limb on the line for Joe Biden, for some non-threatening, non-dairy protester. Simone Sanders put all of her body, all of the fullness of the body. She flopped it and moved it around in order to push this white lady off the stage because the lady was protesting non-dairy stuff against to Joe Biden. That's their senior advisor. No security around, but okay, Lord have mercy. But that's what you are, dummy. You are a prop. You are a prop, and you serve as cover for white supremacy. How many of you all remember I did a show on Simone Sanders a year or so ago before she started working for Joe Biden? Thank y'all for putting linebacker in there. Watch this. They call her senior advisor. That's right. She ain't nothing but a assistant. My God, you are an assistant security guard / linebacker. NFL totally impressed. Please put your application in with the NFL. Thumbs up, family. Watch this. Watch this. Simone Sanders, over a year and something ago, before she made it official that she was going to be working with Joe Biden, because apparently others wanted her on their campaign too, but she went with the white man. Watch this. Simone Sanders, in response to Uncle Luke's political piece that he did on Kamala Harris, when he said that it was going to be difficult for folks to get behind Kamala Harris, for black folks, black men in particular, to get behind Kamala Harris because Kamala Harris was responsible for prosecuting and imprisoning so many black men, and how she's going to have a hard time getting the nomination. In response to his political op-ed, Simone Sanders said that she was tired of the unsolicited opinions of black men. And I went in on her. This is who Joe Biden hired. Somebody talk black to me. You had Kamala Harris' funny looking self out there. Shout out to you, Vincent. Lying about listening to Tupac till she got busted. Somebody talk black to me. Bopping around to Cardi B, telling black folks when they was asking her, does she have a specific plan for black people? No, I'm not going to do nothing specifically just for black people. How many of you all know we replayed that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again on the Vicky Show? Shout out to you, Nancy. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. How many of y'all remember that? And you see what happened to all of their campaigns. Are y'all listening? Watch this. Y'all want Joe Biden pick a black woman. I don't want him to pick nobody black. You know why? Because they're going to blame us for everything. You so excited about being a prop. Whore. You political plaything. Close your legs. Please, would you? You got Stacey Abrams going around here begging, pleading, all out humiliating herself. to be the top mammy. I'm not proud of that. I'm not looking forward to none of that. We had a black president and he didn't do nothing for us. When everything gets ready to go wrong, you know that it's going to be your black face. Yo, you is kind. You is smart. You is important. Self. The first one willing to be the fall guy. That's right, dude. Let him pick a Becky. Let all of them take it. Take the blame for everything that's all wrong in the world. Like Trump and his administration is doing. I don't know why more black men is not going on. I don't know why y'all not going in on Trump more. I want y'all to build, but at the same time, every now and then say something about the catastrophe, the humiliation of white supremacy that is Donald Trump Exhibit A. He is a total nut, a total failure, a total loser. This disgusting beast that's in the White House that receives government funding by us. This loser in business. This man who's got more baby mamas than anybody we know. This man that paid for more women, credibly alleged to have paid for more women to get abortions, who he impregnated. My understanding is it's over 10. Numerous women that have credibly accused him of rape or sexual misconduct. His own one of his wives was in a legal deposition under oath, stated that he raped her. Shout out to you, Spit and Fire, for your gift. Spit and Fire channel supports Fly Nubian Queen Vicky D. Thank you so much, beloved, for your support of this network. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. This is who they picked. This disgusting male child who called for the death of innocent black men. This man who's attracted apparently to his own daughter, talking about he would marry Ivanka if it wasn't his daughter, and the pictures and the way that he interacts with this disgusting little dog. Joe Biden, you slaves who make no demands, you get nothing. Those of you who claim that you love the ancestors so much. Was it our ancestor, Douglas, who told us that power concedes nothing without a demand? Somebody told black to me. Wasn't it one of our ancestors that told us that power concedes nothing without a demand? We're doing the Lord's work. We're casting out the demon that is the slave in you. Now, if your funny looking self don't want to go in the promised land, that's fine. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Hush. Stand down. We'll take it from here with your scared to death self. What is this? What is this NBC News article? What does it say? Can you all see that? The lighting won't let you really see it good. What about this? You can't really see it. Watch what it says. It says a black woman is not a must. A black woman is, quote, not a must for Biden's running mate, Clyburn says. Jim Clyburn, that old black Southern congressman who endorsed Joe Biden, gave him a rousing, emotional endorsement, reviving Joe Biden's failing campaign. Jim Clyburn, who told us it's impossible to get reparations? Listen, the article reads, Joe Biden's, I'm skipping, one critical endorsement from South Carolina Representative Jim Clyburn helped reinforce the support at a tenuous moment in his candidacy. As Biden now takes steps to begin formally vetting potential running mate, there are few voices more influential to the former vice president than Clyburn's. Somebody say this butter biscuit, this coon, this Sambo. I don't mean to disrespect our elders, but this is disgusting. It's treasonous. When you got old black so-called leaders that's selling us out. The article says that there are few voices that are more influential to the vice president. Watch this. So that means that if Clyburn is one of the top voices that Joe Biden is listening to, listen to what Jim Clyburn said. And it says, and while there may be pressure from some in the party to not choose a woman, but an African-American woman, Clyburn is more circumspect. Look how white media is giving Clyburn an addy boy, calling him circumspect. Even using that language as if he's somehow more intelligent and more insightful, has more foresight, and that he's a greater political tactician that should be listened to. That's what that word, that's why they threw that in there by calling him, he's more circumspect. He's more judicious. Watch this. Quote, I think having a woman on the ticket is a must, the number 3 House Democrat said in an interview with NBC News. I'm among those who feel that it would be great for him to select a woman of color, but that is not a must. You see how you funny looking Negroes sell us out before we even make it to the negotiating table? You see how you're not forced on the auction block anymore? Jim Clyburn and those like him, Jamie Foxx, y'all walk up on the auction block. And instead of massa pulling out your arms, telling the would-be new owners to look at his arms, look at his teeth, Master doesn't need to do that. You voluntarily walk up on the auction block as if you are modeling on a runway. You flex your own self. You show your own teeth. You twirl. You bow. You genuflect. And some of you males curtsy. A gesture that's normally something that a woman does. You curtsy. Nobody's forcing you on the auction block anymore. You consider that now to be your runway. 1,400 plus of you in the chat right now. Welcome to the Vicky Show. We know that we're on a little early today. Normally we're on at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, but I had to come to you a little early today, family. As you come in, please come in giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. Make sure that you check out our store at shopfnq.com. You can get mugs, you can get book bags, you can get shirts. Shopfnq.com. By the way, I'm still conducting my amazing mastermind class, an exclusive VIP session where I'm answering questions and I'm dropping a few gems. We've been talking about the secrets of a spiritual warrior. It has been simply fire. I do it on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Go to clubvicky.com, clubvicky.com. I have a few more weeks left, clubvicky.com. I'll assure you, even if you come in late, it will be well worth the minimal investment. Shout out to you, Vincent. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. I got to get ready to go here in just a moment. Don't go anywhere yet, but watch this. Jim Clyburn, the same one that went on the record that said that reparations as a practical means is impossible. That same Jim Clyburn is quoted to have recently said, quote, I think having a woman on the ticket is a must. I am among those who feel that it would be great for him to select a woman of color, but that is not a must. He goes on to say, I think that he should be informed in his decision by vetting and the polling. You see how Jim Clyburn is strutting right there? Y'all may not see it. The fact that he's saying it's not a must is him giving Joe Biden an out and letting his very deep black melanated skin, and he's willing to let his decades in politics, he's willing to put his reputation and his political prestige on the line for massa. When Jim Clyburn also said here that his decision should be informed by vetting and polling, that's him strutting for massa. Shout out to you, Tisha, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. How do you mean, Vicky? Because he's letting them know that if the polling shows that it's best to put a Becky on the ticket, he's giving, once again, Joe Biden an out. So that way, those who were demanding that he put somebody black on the ticket, a black woman on the ticket, you're going to fuss for about 5 minutes. And then you are going to turn right back around and you're going to tell people like me and others how we need to stop encouraging people to demand something for their vote, or we're not going to vote at all. We're not talking about you giving something to people of color. We're not talking about getting behind you if you do something for minorities. We are telling you it's going to be black, it's going to be cut the check, or it will be nothing at all. We are no longer going to accept the crumbs, black family. To those of you Negroes who keep telling us, well, what about Trump? Trump is a sign of the fall of America. America is already headed to hell. The Democrats' refusal to do right by us also is expediting how fast she's going there. Lord have mercy. I hope you caught that. Those of you who tell us that we should be so concerned about who Donald Trump is putting on, all these right-wingers that he's putting on the federal bench. Yes, that's a problem. But I gave you the solution to that. If you've watched some of my previous shows, the first order of business is not white business. The first order of business is black business. That's my Mississippi. The first order of business is not white folk business. It's black business. Once you properly address our policy issues, we will do what we've always done. What do you mean, Vicky? We'll do what we've always done. We were the ones that made America the richest, most powerful nation on the planet. We were the ones that gave you brilliant ideas that pulled your funny looking selves out of the mud. Elizabeth Warren's little slogan for her political campaign was, I've got a plan for that. When you do right by us, then we'll help you to solve the issues of these Supreme Court justices, of these federal judges that Mitch McConnell and his cronies are packing the bench with. But we're not getting ready to give you all the brilliance and all the glory on the front end when you've promised us nothing. Jamie Foxx, don't tell us that we're in for terrible times in the future when we've been catching hell the whole time we've been here. We've been on this side of the waters, family, before America was America. You know, America is only 270 some years old. That means that before America was officially formed, we've been on this side of the waters. First things first, we're not getting ready to attend to your paper cut, fool. We're not getting ready to attend to your stubbed toe in the emergency room when we're dealing with heart attacks and strokes and cancer. I'm metaphorically speaking. What we look like going to the emergency room and you see the people that has the worst injuries being seen last and led to bleed to death or die right there in the emergency room because you concerned about your little toe. Somebody told black to me. Stubbed toe. What we look like. Taking your information down, getting your Blue Cross Blue Shield together so we can address your paper cut. If you don't go sit your funny looking self down, check out my podcast that I did recently where I discussed how W.E.B. Du Bois wrote a piece for The Nation magazine in 1956, October 1956. And he titled that, Why I Will Not Vote. And he breaks it down in the mid-20th century. Why black folks shouldn't vote. You know how some of you funny looking Negroes say, our ancestors died for us to vote. If you don't go sit, they was dying for freedom, fool. And at the time they thought that was a viable means. If they knew decades and decades later that we were getting stuck like Chuck and that we were being pimped, fool, do you not think that they wouldn't adjust and level up? Shout out to you, dude. She's already got the link in there for my show as a receipts for W.E.B. Du Bois, the link to the piece where I won't vote. Just want you to know I'm not a liar. We for the record, we believe in having a record on the Vicky Show. You know I have the because we're in the court too. And for you scared to death Negroes, we're at war. This is a war strategy that we're engaged in. You guys love to brag about how Dr. King and about how everybody during that time, during the civil rights movement, engaged in a form of civil disobedience. Don't you know that us refusing our vote is a type of strategy similar to the civil disobedience? We're choosing to withhold our vote. Thumbs up, family. Be sure to like and be sure to share. Watch this. I also want to say a great big thank you to Darcy and Geneva. You all know who you are. I just got a notification. Darcy, you said, for raising dry bones and inspiring. Thank you so much. Mwah. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Thank you so much. Watch this. Watch this. Back to this. Wanda, back to Wanda. Not Django. I wish I could. Where's Django? But back to Wanda. Wanda. Jamie Foxx. Bruh, all he's doing is talking fear. People who are fearful cannot lead us. People who are scared to death of their open enemies, who will sell your future off. That's very dangerous, black family. Watch this. Once again, Jamie Foxx, vote Democrat. The amount of pressure that we put on our candidates are too much. I've already explained to you why I know the too much. Don't nobody give a doggone about what your open enemy feels and going through. It's not about them, it's about us. And the fact that Jamie Foxx, who was that in the movie? Django, that played that role that Jamie Foxx is acting like now. Samuels. Well, he was hugging all up on Massa. Watch this. There is no way that anyone can live up to what we think should be a candidate because we want perfection. We've been waiting 465 years, Jamie. We not wait no more. Go sit your funny looking self down. Only a slave would say to the oppressed, Only a slave would say to the oppressed that you're putting too much pressure on our open enemies because you are demanding something for your vote. Only a slave would do something like that. Y'all said Stephen. Yes, thank you, Samuel Jackson. Thank you all. Samuel Jackson. That's exactly who you look like right now, all hugged up on that. What? Get your, I saw one of you Negroes. Don't sit your butt down. All up on him like that. That's what you riding all up on, Jamie. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Make sure that you like and that you share. Please hit that notification bell, family. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard. This Jamie Foxx. If I was anywhere in the bit, this is a scene of Samuel Jackson with White Massa. This you, Jamie. Those of you that saying you putting too much pressure. Look at Samuel Jackson crying over this fool. Look, those of you that saying we putting too much pressure on our open enemies, too much pressure on racist Joe Biden. Joe Biden, Jamie, who's responsible for putting us back on the modern day plantation. He didn't just vote for it like Hillary voted for it, like some members of the Black Caucus voted for it, like Bernie Sanders voted for it. He didn't just vote for it. Joe Biden, the one that you want us to vote for, he crafted it. He's the mastermind behind it. Shout out to you, Jeremy. That's right. Jamie Bussy boy with Katie Holmes. I think they may have broken up, but you know, I already know. Yeah, you too. Jamie, you got to catch up. We got to bring you up to speed of the goings on of Black society. You've been dealing with Tom Cruise's woman long enough. I know. I heard that y'all broke up, but we got to bring you up to speed. You was distracted. It's okay. I mean, you a swirl of fine. You a swirl. Okay, cool. But I'm just saying, we got to bring you up to speed. Stuff was happening while you was doing that and stuff. But this Jamie Foxx, Jamie, this you. Devastated. Devastated. This you devastated by the end of your open enemy. If your enemy, if your master look like he's injured, if he's sneezing a little bit, if he coughs a little bit, if he moves wrong a little bit, master, you all right, master? We sick, master? Shout out to you, Ms. Moore, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. If I see one of you old melanated Negroes all up like this, sit your, get your. Let me finish this off. What I suggest is if we really want to change course, it's about getting behind the values, not the person. Well, the values of Joe Biden right now is up to 8 women accusing him of sexual misconduct. Now, they may not be telling all the way the truth. It might have been that he felt on them or whatever the situation was. But the values of Joe Biden is throwing Black folk behind bars and saying that we're predators and working as an open enemy and taking to the congressional floor to say that he feared that we were going to attack his mama and his white family and that we were a threat. The values, that's the values of Joe Biden, fool. The other side won because they wanted legislation, Supreme Court justices, etc. Look at the criteria the other candidate had that was Republican. The guy said, grab them by the you know what and got 97% of the evangelical vote. Let me tell you something. We've been catching hell under both administrations. None of us are for Trump. But we don't see, just like W.E.B. Du Bois, just like he said that there's not two evil parties, it's one evil party. Why are the Democrats evil? Because they have refused to cut the check for black folk. You don't get to tell us, well, what about them? What about they for amnesty for these people? What about the fact that they for the Green New Deal? What about the fact that they concerned about the environment and stuff? What about the fact that they for $15 an hour? None of that is our business. You don't act like, you don't skip over reparations and cutting a check. No, our sole criteria, the measurement for whether or not we're going to do business with you, devil, is if you're talking about a specific black agenda, a specific black economic agenda. That's it. You don't get to point to all that other stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with us. But y'all going to benefit by default. Those days are over. I'm sorry you behind schedule. You was too busy distracted with Tom Cruise's wife, ex-wife. Not having kept up with stuff. We can help bring you up to speed, but just go sit down somewhere. Just learn. Listen. And for God's sakes, if you don't know, just stick to the scripts. When you have a script, Jamie, you thrive as an actor. Don't deviate from the script. When you go to getting off the scripts, you start to lean on your own understanding, the whole world is at risk. Black family, I love you to pieces. I really got to go right now, family. Don't forget to text the word Queens to 31996. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. And also, please make sure that you connect to my personal YouTube page at VickiDillard.tv. That's VickiDillard.tv. Shout out to you, Rahman Muhammad Ali. You know why I'm saying that. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. You all are such a blessing. Shout out to you, Emmanuel, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Every single one of you that gave, thank you so much. Every one of you that said, talk black to me, thank you. I had a beautiful, beautiful sister. You all know what gives me life. Number one, so many of you all send me comments, DMs, and testimonies about how the show is impacting you. Business owners, families, mothers, fathers, military people. You guys have no idea. One sister had the most precious thing that she sent, that she commented the other day, and I tweeted this. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky too, family. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky. Make sure that you're subscribed to FlyNubianQueenTV.com because I don't want you to miss the other content from the other queens. By the way, if you're interested in becoming a Fly Nubian Queen, we love to elevate the voices of Black women. Go reach out to us at producer@FlyNubianMedia.com. That's producer@FlyNubianMedia.com. Listen. This beautiful sister by the name of Asia, she sent this yesterday, I believe it was. She says, we're ready, Miss Dillard. My baby got her little plastic hammer and everything. She has her little baby also watching the Vicky show. And I got my gavel, my hammer, and her little baby has her little plastic hammer. Somebody talk black to me. Black family, during this time of COVID-19, these are historical times. Family, use this, Black family, as a time for you to start your own side hustle, to start your own Black business. I started my little Black business and been going at it. And I'm so glad about my collaborations, like with the network and other Black media outlets, little bit at a time. If you want to learn how to build your Black business, and you want to learn from Black folk that's actually doing business, reach out to us at FlyNubianBusiness.com. We believe in giving you solutions. The link is in the chat, FlyNubianBusiness.com. Shout out to you, Vincent, for your gift. He said, Jamie likes his butter biscuits too. They all do. Yes, he does, but that's too bad, baby. That's too bad, so sad. Join me tomorrow, family, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, God willing, God willing, God willing, God willing tomorrow. God willing tomorrow. But normally weekdays, I'm here at 6:30 p.m. Thank you so much for tuning in at this unusual time for the special airing of the Vicky Show right here on FlyToTheQueenTV.com. I know you're going to hit that subscribe button, like, and share. Thank you so much. Shout out to our moderators as well, our chief moderator, Dual. I love you so much, all of you. I love you so much. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace. Assalamu alaikum, family.